Hello, and welcome to episode 24 of Rivers Arcade Review. My name is Ed. This channel is dedicated to the coin-operated video games of yesteryear. Today I will be reviewing a random game, Avalanche. Avalanche was released in 1978 by Atari. My first time playing this game was on MAME. Avalanche is a skill-based game in which you control a set of paddles with a spinner control and a start button. This game used a black and white monitor with colored overlays. At the top of the screen there are a group of rocks 6 high by 32 wide. The bottom two rows are the largest rocks. The middle two rows are about 2/3 the size of the large rocks, and the top two rows are half the size of the large rocks. The game is simple. Catch the rocks with your paddles as they fall from the top. You begin with your paddles stacked 6 high. Pushing the start button will drop the first rock, although it will fall on its own if you wait too long. You are able to catch the rocks with any of these paddles. The rocks will only fall from the lowest level. Once the entire row is empty, the rocks will begin falling from the next lowest row. As the rows of stones disappear, so will your extra paddles. You will have 6 paddles as long as there are 6 rows of rocks. You will have 5 paddles once there are only 5 rows of rocks, and so on until you only have 1 paddle left. As the smaller rocks begin to fall, your paddle will become narrower. Your paddle has 3 different widths in all: wide for the bottom 2 rows, medium for the medium 2 rows, and narrow for the top 2 rows. Scoring for this game is 1 point for the rocks from the bottom row, 2 points from the rocks in the second row, and so on up to 6 points for the rocks from the top row. The exception to this scoring is once a rock falls from a new row, all rocks that are currently falling will be scored at the higher score. Once you catch all the rocks, another set of rocks will appear, and you will restart the round with fewer paddles. Each level will begin with less paddles until you begin with just 1. The removal of the extra paddles works the same as earlier rounds. For example, if you begin with 3 paddles, you won't be reduced to 2 until rocks fall from the second row from the top. I found Avalanche to be an easy and repetitive game, but it gets boring very quickly. I cannot recommend playing this game unless you are a die-hard player or you can find it on a free play or an emulator. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any games you would like me to review, please leave a comment below or on my homepage. Please remember to hit like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned for future videos.